Are you looking for a super lightweight bike that is, well, completely made of carbon fiber? Well, this one might be it. This is by Urtopia. It's called the Carbon One Step Through, and today I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about it, so let's get into it. When you receive your Carbon One ST, it's going to come to you as a Class 1 e-bike, which means it doesn't have a throttle, but you can reach up to 20 miles an hour via your torque sensor down below and your 3 levels of pedal assist. This bike only weighs 36 pounds because it is made from Toray carbon fiber, which is used on Formula One and aerospace vehicles. And the maximum payload capacity is 240 pounds. Now, during the making of this video, you can purchase the Carbon One ST for $21.99, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. Now, because of all the tariffs and things like that, which is continually changing, well, click my link down below to find the most current pricing on this bike. Urtopia says that the Carbon One ST's average rider height starts at 5'1" and goes all the way up to 6'1". And the Carbon One ST, well, comes in 4 different colors. You can get it in this cream version that I have right here. It also comes in glacier blue, matte black, and charcoal gray. Urtopia says that the Carbon One can go up to 80 miles on a single battery charge. The Carbon One has a 36-volt, 350-watt rear hub motor. It has a peak power of 700 watts and 65 Newton meters of torque. Urtopia claims that this is the lightest motor in the world as it only weighs 2.6 pounds. It has an 8-speed drivetrain, a Shimano Acera derailleur, 44-tooth chainring, and an 8-speed trigger shifter. For stopping power, you have the Tektro 2-piston hydraulic brake system and 160mm rotors. The tires on this bike are by Kenda. They are 700C by 40C, and it has this aggressive gravel-type style tread. The front forks are also made of carbon fiber, and it has a through-wheel connection. When it comes to the battery, it is in this down tube right here. It has a matching battery cover, so it all kind of blends in together. Now, this is a 36-volt, 9.8 amp hours with 352.8 watt hours of power. You can charge it while it's on the bike right here, and it comes with this massive 4 amp charger, so it only takes 2.5 hours to charge this bike. Now, you don't have to leave the battery in there, where you can take it off and charge it someplace else. When it comes to removing the battery, well, it's going to come with 2 keys. You're going to put your key right here into the slot, turn it, the battery pops out a little bit. Now, you will have to turn this wheel an awful lot to get it out of the way, and there is a lever right here that you turn to the side, and you can pull your battery out. Now, it does have a battery charger indicator point right here, so you can see how the battery is charged when it's not connected into the bike. Then you just slap it back in there, and you're good to go. The Carbon One ST has a UL certification of 2271 and a UL certification of 2849. It also has an IP65 rating, which means it can handle water splashing from any direction. Additional features include plastic fenders, plastic pedals that are flat but have a textured pattern on the top, a single chainring guard, a hidden seat post lock, a medium-sized but thick seat, a battery-operated taillight, and numerous mounting points, and even mounting points on the front fork. Let's talk size and fit. Now, the bike does seem to be pretty small. If you take a look, it's only 71 inches in length. And then if you take a look at your step over height right here, it's only 18 inches, which I feel like is pretty good. Now, you can put some spacers in this front headset to move it up a little bit on the stem, and well, there's not a whole lot of maneuvering or adjustments that you can make in the handlebar system for height, but you can make adjustments to the seat down here, but we would need an Allen wrench to do that. But this is what it looks like when it's set up for a rider my size, which is 5'9". I weigh 225 pounds, and this is what I'm going to look like riding this bike today. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have a single locking grip. It does have a very good feeling rubber, and it does have this palm rest right here. This is your front brake lever, and this is your control pad. To turn on the bike, you need to use your fingerprint. This is your display. As you can see, it is just a plain dot matrix style display, so we're going to definitely see how that works out in today's review. There are speakers up here in the front and a headlight. Let's go over the control pad. If you hit the round button here real quick, it'll sound the bike horn. If you long press it, it activates the voice control. The up key increases your pedal assist levels. And to enter turbo mode, you just hold the up key. To deactivate turbo mode, just quickly hit any of the keys. Quick presses on the down key lowers your pedal assist levels. The left-hand control, if you push it real quick, it gives you various information. And if you long press it, it turns on your headlights. To turn your headlights off, just long press that button again. You can also access the various information through the right key as well with a short press. Let's take a look at the various screens. This right here gives you your trip distance and calories burned. This shows you the current power and current cadence speeds. This one shows you the current time, weather for the next hour, and signal strength. And then this one shows you your current speed, current power, and current pedal assist level. This is your headlight. I do like the fact that it is built into the display, but there's no way to adjust the angle of it. So hopefully this is the correct angle for nighttime riding. We're going to check out the voice commands. We're going to hold the round button down. The options are speed up, speed down, speed 2, speed 3, speed 0. Lock the bike. At that point, you have to use your fingerprint to turn it back on. Light on.
Light on.
Light off.
Light off.
Or you can say turn on the light.
Light on.
Turn off the light.
Light off.
This bike does have the ability to play music through the app, so you can turn up the volume. And it even has a game mode. And here you're going to use the direction pads. I have activated the alarm on this bike, and this is what happens when it's moved. Now, a lot of the functionality that you just saw me do, you can also do in the phone app, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. This is the app for the bike. You can do navigation. You can control the power. You can turn the headlight on, put it in alarm mode. This is where you can connect it to your Bluetooth and play music. It comes throughout these speakers. This is where you can control the volume of the different features when it makes noise. So that way you can turn that feature off if you don't like it. I know it's flickering on the screen, but that's my camera. You can control the vibration that comes on whenever you hit a feature. We're going to turn that off. Here are the sounds. You can control what it does. You can actually change the noise on these different features. Pedal assist level. Just going to make that classic. I mean, we've turned all the sounds off, so there's tons of different things. You can connect to your fingerprint. This is how you can set up your fingerprint. You can also connect it to a helmet. It has a geofence that you can hook it up to. You can deactivate the bike from the app. And this is where you can get your service where it tracks the bike no matter where it's at. Let's take a look at the advanced features right here. Auto light, network. We're going to change it. Well, Fahrenheit. Yep, we're good there. Miles. Yep. Custom speed. So you have two options. It's on the standard speed limit, or we can make it the maximum speed limit. You have to accept the terms. Let's go ahead and do that. Now let's try it again. And there it is. It's set up to 25 miles an hour. As you guys can hear, I shut off all the sounds, and now we can take it for a ride. If you want to play your music through these speakers right here, well, you have to connect it to your phone. Go to your Bluetooth settings, and you'll find it right there. Go ahead and add it. It tells you the PIN number. Add the PIN that it gave you. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to show you that feature because I cannot get it to connect. But you're supposed to be able to play music right out of here from the top with these Bluetooth speakers. All right, before we take off, I was looking at the navigation. It will do great if we want to get to some place, and we'll try that out later. But right now, I just want to track the ride, and that does not look like that is an option. So we'll try that here in a little bit. Actually, I found the riding stats, and right here it's going to show us what we've ridden today. So we'll take a look at that at the end of the review and match it up with Strava. All right, we are out here on the road, and I have to tell you, already out of the gate, I feel like this bike is too small for a 5'9" rider. Now, I can put the inserts into the stem and make it taller. I don't have Matt here with me, but you know, that's one way to make it feel a little taller for a taller rider, but I just feel like everything is extremely close together. So if you're a smaller rider, like the 5'1" through like 5'5", oh, this bike is going to fit you very well. Maybe even 5'6". But for a 5'9" rider like me, well, the bike feels small. I currently have the bike at 0 pedal assist, and we're cruising about like 10 miles an hour. It's actually really easy. I mean, this is where you can tell that you have a light bike. And this bike is extremely light. And because of that, well, it just makes it super easy to ride when you don't have any power going to it. I'm in gear 5, cruising at about 11 miles an hour. Not bad. Actually, it's going to be a good day to ride. Right now, it's mid-60s. Get a nice breeze going. Yeah, this is going to be a good ride today. Let's go ahead and put it into pedal assist 1 and see if I notice much of a difference. I was cruising at 11 miles an hour. This does have a torque sensor. So, you know, if you're not sure how a torque sensor works, well, it goes your speed, and the amount of assist happens depending on how much pressure you're putting on the pedals. And right now we're just cruising along. So even though we have it into pedal assist 1, we're still doing 11 miles an hour. So nothing different from me doing it that way as opposed to no power. But if I'm still in the same gear and I push down on the cranks, well, now I can feel the assist, and I've already shot up. We're going up in gear. I'm up to gear 18. I'm up to speed 18 miles an hour. Now let's try it in pedal assist number 2. Yeah, so now it's a lot easier to maintain the 18 miles an hour. Let's try pedal assist number 3. Oh, there we go. Oh, now I've just put it all the way up into gear 8. And we're moving along at 21 miles an hour real comfortably. Now, I did unlock this bike, so it'll go 25 miles an hour. You know what, to do that, I think we got to put it into the rocket mode. Let me hold that upper button. Oh, and just put us into turbo. And we are moving out. Although I'm fighting the wind, you can see it with my jacket. I felt it right when I put it into turbo, but this wind is so strong that the wind just kind of counteracted it. I went ahead and put it back into pedal assist number 3. The bike runs smooth. It is extremely nimble. Holy cow. Oh. I'm actually finding it pretty comfortable to ride at 18 miles an hour in gear 7, pedal assist number 3. You can see how the wind's blowing, and looks like we've already dropped a bar on the battery. I know the battery's small, the bike is light, the motor is light, everything is light except for me. And I'm the one that's slowing this bike down in the wind. You know, we'll go ahead, we'll turn it around, we'll do some speed testing with it, and like the time test and stuff like that. I figure before we do too many other things, we need to go ahead and check the display versus the speedometer. And right now, the GPS is showing that we are doing the same speed as this speedometer, as the display, which is a good thing. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about a dot matrix display. And to be honest, this is the very first time I am using one. Really, I wasn't too sure when we were going over Cockpit Operations on how that was, if I was going to like this or not, but I can see everything. And I don't know if you guys can in the video. I'm hoping that you can, because you can't really change the angle of the display. Like, you can't do it. And the glass that's on it is pretty shiny, but so far I'm able to look down and see everything I need to see. We're going to do some time speed test, and really, when you're riding this bike, this does not feel like a bike that you're going to do time speed test with, but let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and put it into turbo mode, and we're going to get the most that we can out of this thing. I have it down in gear 4. We're going to start off and see how quick we can get this thing up to 25 miles an hour. Oh, we've already hit 20 in 8 seconds. Let's go. There we go. About 14 seconds, we hit 25 miles an hour. I'm just like, this is a cruiser bike, right? This is not a little speed demon, although it did get up to 25 miles an hour quickly. When you're riding it, you just don't feel like that's what you're going to do with this bike. I went ahead and kicked it back into pedal assist number 3. We're kicking it up some gears so we can just cruise at about 18 miles an hour. That's where it feels good. Just heading down this road. We're going to see how well this light little nugget can hill climb. Since this bike doesn't have a throttle, you're going to have to remember to kick it down in gear whenever you come up to a stop. I have to admit, it's a very comfortable bike, though. You see my arms are down. If we add those spacers, it'll come up a little bit, but I'm sitting straight up and down, and I'm very comfortable. All right, guys, take a look at our location today. This is, well, I'm up here at New Buffalo, but I'm over here at the Michiana area right here, and we're going to be heading down to Michigan City to check out their lighthouse. It is time for the hill climb. This is Suicide Hill. This is the biggest hill they have over here, and it will go all the way up to 18% grade. And so what we're going to do is let's go ahead and put it into turbo mode, and I've got it down in the lowest gear, and let's see if we can make it up this hill. I have a feeling that I'm definitely going to feel it halfway up this hill, like we're barely moving. We're getting it, though. We're getting it done. I'm starting to crank in. I'm digging in with my heels. And we got a car coming. Although this bike's not going very fast. Oh, you know what? We made it. We made it up Suicide Hill, but man, it's not going to be the easiest thing, though. But it made it. Now, when I think of my initial thoughts when it comes to this bike, well, it's comfortable. And the brakes seem to work really well. They just feel good, the brakes do, and we're gonna find out here during the brake test. But yeah, the bike does feel small, and I would say that if you live in an area with hills, this probably isn't gonna be the bike for you. Although it's light, it's not much of a hill climber, nor would I expect it to be with that small motor and 65 Newton meters of torque. With the testing that we've done already, we've already dropped 2 battery bar levels. So I'm going to try to get us to a place where we can do the sand test and the brake test at the same time before this thing doesn't have enough juice to do it. This bike is definitely one that you can ride without power. So if we're far away from the house when this thing dies, I'm not going to have any issue riding it back. So if that's something that you want, a bike that you can ride without power and then just use power when you want it, this is going to be a good one. I'm going to try to get more range out of this bike. I just put it into pedal assist number 2 and kicked it down a gear. So maybe we can stretch out the mileage. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlight and see how that looks. Although there's nothing telling me that it's on. Yeah, the headlight's on. So just keep that in mind. There won't be anything telling you that the headlight's on, or at least you won't be able to see it on the display. But a nice thing is the display also didn't dim whenever the headlight was on, because some bikes do that. The headlight comes on, the display dims, and then you can't see everything as clearly. But with this bike, that's not an issue. I got a hill coming up, so I'm trying to crank it out. Let's go. Oh, I made it up that easy. If you see a hill, you better start thinking, and start preparing and start getting at it. We have already dropped 3 bars on the battery, so that tells me that this is going to be a short range bike. Although, I mean, these hills, we're putting a hurting on it, and we haven't even done the sand test yet. I do like how this bike is riding. The gearing on this bike is excellent. I mean, I'm not even in gear 8, I'm in gear 7. We have dropped pretty far in the battery. You know what, but we got to do the off-road test. And since I don't have any suspension on this thing, well, no need to give you any different angles, but let's go ahead and, oh gosh, there we go. It is doable. I think these tires are really good for off-road. You know, for those people who like to ride gravel bikes, these tires are for that. But yeah, I mean, we're doing it. You're just going to get bounced around a little bit. Oh, there we go. Cut through one more time so we can get over here. Oh, big hole. Whoa. Oh. Let's see where this leads. Oh, gosh. Stairs. Well, I didn't plan on doing a stair test with this bike, but we did. I've never been over this part before. Ooh, steep stairs. Ah, there we go. Let's go ahead and do the brake test. We're going to do it in 2 different modes. One at 20 miles an hour, just in case you keep it in that mode. And number 2 at 25. Oh, see, that felt nice. We stopped at 17 feet. Nice. I'm going to have to take this jacket off. I'm burning up. Round 2 at 25 miles an hour. Let's go. Oh, right at 25 feet. These brakes feel really good. They do. I mean, that's one good thing. I mean, with the bike being so light and these good brakes, of course you're going to stop. Oh yeah, this breeze feels great. That jacket's not going back on. But guys, let me show you what my favorite landmark is here in Michigan City. All right, guys, it is time for the sand test. And look, this bike is not made for the sand at all. But you know what? I run them all through this. So here we go. Oh, let's go ahead and put it into turbo. I have it down into gear 2. We got it in turbo mode. And we're just going to see what happens. All right, let's go. Let's just see how this bike performs in the sand. And it's performing. It performed exactly how I thought it would. But you know what the great thing about it is? It's so light that you can just pick it up and walk out of the sand with it. Yeah, I didn't figure this bike was made for the sand. I mean, it will get you to the beach, but it won't get you through it. I'm looking down at the display, and I can't tell by the battery indicator if I have 2 bars or 3 bars. But guys, that's what I'm here for, because if you buy this bike, well, you're going to want to know how to read this battery indicator, and we're going to run it until it runs out. So I'll be able to tell you. Right now we have it into pedal assist number 2, and that is going to get us more mileage. Now there is a benefit for this bike being smaller. When I came up here to the cabin, guys, I just took the front wheel off, threw it in the back of the car. I did not need a bike rack for this bike. And since it was raining when I drove up here, well, it worked out perfectly. You know, I do like these pedals. I mean, I can feel the texture that's on the top of them when you put your hand on it. But my feet have not slipped off this bike at all. So if you were riding a bike and you were like taking it down to the beach or something, and you had like flip-flops or something like that on there, well, it's going to hold them. You know, the funny thing is the tennis shoes that I'm wearing, I took a look today. There's like 0 tread on the bottom of these shoes. So I figured that they might slip off, but they don't. The jury is still out
on this display when it comes to me. Now, I mean, I have to tell you, I can see everything very clearly. I can see I'm doing 18 miles an hour. I can see I'm in pedal assist number 2. And I can see that I've got 2 or 3 on the battery bars. So, you know, I feel like this bike is like high tech, right? Like it's all carbon fiber. It's very light. It's got like the lightest rear motor that is made, or at least that's what they say. And then it has this digital digital display. I'm like, okay, well, did you guys make it digital so that it stays light like that? I mean, you make it this dot matrix thing so that it has less components in it? I don't know. The ride does feel really nice. So, I mean, now you can tell there's no suspension on this bike, especially on this road that I'm on right now. But everything is so solid and tight, and it doesn't make any noise when you go over bumps. I mean, you can feel the quality for sure. Urtopia said that they're gonna, all their bikes now are all done in this carbon fiber, which I think is gonna be interesting to see what other bikes that they have come out in the lineup. I'm also curious to see what those displays are gonna look like. With this bike having a maximum payload of 240 pounds, well, I'm basically at the very top of it. I weigh 225, and I checked them. My gear weighs 13 pounds. So I am right under the limit. But the bike doesn't feel like it's straining. Well, I say that, and then we had the hill climb. I don't think it mattered either way. That hill was steep, and so it's going to have a hard time making it up. But just riding this down the street, I mean, we're moving out. Cruising like 19 miles an hour. Now, it does take a little bit to get used to riding a bike without a throttle, you know, but it's still very natural. I mean, I reviewed some bikes without a throttle before. They were mid-drive bikes, but this one does deliver power right when you start to push the cranks. So I can't even tell, or I don't miss the fact that it's not a mid-drive. One thing you will definitely notice with this bike, it is silent. I mean, completely silent. I don't hear the motor. I don't hear the tires. I just hear the wind. This bike is stealthy. It's light, it's stealthy, and it looks pretty good. Oh, kick it down again, kick it down. Another hill. Another hill. Oh, you will slow down a ton when you were going up hills. I ended up turning down the volume, but I did want a little bit of the haptic that comes through on the handles and a little bit of sound. So the nice thing is you can set those up so that you can control how much of the haptic feeling that you get through your handle whenever you put it in a setting and how loud that it is. And you can even change the tone of the sound that it makes, which I did that in Cockpit Operations. I have been riding with this battery down on 1 bar for a while, and it doesn't give me any indication yet. I'm expecting the bar to start flashing or something to let me know that we are like super low on power. But right now, the only thing I'm noticing is that we're losing a little bit of power. Some bikes, when they get low on battery power, well, they start to pulse and stuff like that. And so far, that's not been the case with this bike. I didn't expect it to do that. I mean, I know this bike is like super efficient when it comes to its power. I mean, if you consider the size of the battery and the size of this motor, hey horse, then, I mean, I think the bike's doing just fine. That was the bell. Let's see what time it is. 2:20. That's a nice little feature. I didn't have to look at my watch. I can just look down and see that it says it is 14:21. That is military time. I'm military, so that means it's 2:21. I'm looking at the other screen here, and it is providing about 100 to 200 watts of power. All right, we are now down to the part where the battery indicator is flashing. That's what I was wondering, if that's what was going to happen. So I'm assuming we're down to our last 10% or maybe 5% battery. Not sure. The battery indicator is flashing, but I really haven't found that much loss of power. I mean, we just had that little bit when we hit the 1 bar, but it's all working well. Ah, nice. Now I could turn left up here and go up some serious hills on the way home, or I can go straight and deal with little hills. We're gonna go straight. I am feeling the power drop for sure. I mean, we have it in pedal assist number 3, the battery's flashing. And I'm not saying the bike's getting heavy, but it's not giving us as much assist as one would expect. And there it is. We are no longer getting assist to the bike. We're almost home anyway, so that's fine. I knew that this bike would be easy to ride without it. The display's still going, but we're just not feeling any assist. Oh, get it down a lower gear. There we go. You're gonna climb the hill, but you're gonna do it super slow when you don't have any assist. And that wasn't a big hill at all.
All right, now that we are back, let's talk about the mileage. You know, on the first internal screen of this, it does show your trip mileage, but if the bike turns off, you're going to lose it. That's why they keep it in the app, I assume. But the app showed that we went 19 miles today. Now, if you take a look at Strava, well, Strava showed that we did 21.56. So I trust Strava more than I do other things. So I'm going to say that you're going to go farther on this bike than what it shows on the display. Now, when it comes to overall comfort, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it doesn't have any suspension to it. We all know that. But the seat does really good. And I felt there's shocks behind here. Didn't notice that at first. So that has what helped keep this ride. Now, if you add a suspension seat post, well, I mean, then you're going to be even better. Now, who is this bike for? Well, number one, I think it's for a shorter rider. Okay, me at 5'9", I felt like I was really like up on top of it. So I think if you're a shorter rider, somebody that doesn't want a heavy bike, and somebody that wants a bike that they can ride without any power and then just get that little bit of assist whenever you need it, well, this bike is definitely going to be the one for you. When it comes to the display, the dot matrix thing, that's totally going to be up to you. I mean, I'm used to displays that give a lot more information, but I was able to see the things that I needed to see on this bike. And this is also the first one that has audio commands, although I didn't actually use them I don't think I used them at all during the review just because I'm not used to that. So, but I did show you that it does work. So I think if you could remember the audio cues in your head, well, you would have a pretty good time just telling this bike what to do. Now, if you are interested in the Urtopia Carbon 1 step through, well, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below. That's going to take you right where you need to be. Also, if there's a discount code, I'm going to throw that down there as well. Now, look, if a carbon fiber commuter quiet e-bike is not the bike for you, well, I totally understand, and so does YouTube. That's why they're going to throw up the next video right there. YouTube thinks that you should watch that video next. Guys, and I want to thank you for watching. So until I see you again, enjoy the ride.